God, Chapel. I'm very glad today to share you my great testimony of what God has done in my life. I am a person who has been carried all along by God's grace, and the Spirit of God is the one that has been leading me since my childhood. As in Zechariah 4:6, we say, "Let not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, said the Lord of hosts." My name is Odonga Samuel. I'm from Kitgum, northern Uganda. I'm the firstborn to Mr. Uyet Alex Kwoyelo and Mrs. Lakot Naiti Uyet. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. Our family depends entirely on agriculture for both food and money. My dad has 3 wives, and this gave him potential of giving birth to 15 children, of which me am inclusive. Being a peasant farmer, he wasn't able to pay all of us at school. As I speak now, I'm the only one at school. I have lived with my grandmother since I was 5. This is due to the war that has been in northern Uganda for the past years, which has departed my family, leaving me alone with my grandmother. My grandmother, being old and vulnerable, she wasn't able to raise money to pay for my school fees. I was living in the camp with many kids. I remember one day from the camp, I was walking around and I came across one school. I saw they were giving porridge, so that gave me courage to go and join the school. Because I had no shirt on me, they chased me from the line. I came back home crying. And my grandmother asked me, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I want to go to school, but I don't have shirt, I don't have school fees." Then she told me to join her in the garden and work very hard so that I could join school and pursue my dream. Since then, I've been working very hard in the garden, helping my grandmother, which have helped me to study from my primary 1 up to primary 5. I'm here to testify that God has been with me because I've not been able to repeat any class until I finished my P7. After finishing P7, I got opportunity to go to town. My first time going to town, to stay with my uncle, Pastor Alfred Komagum. Since he's a pastor, I got opportunity to go to his church, Christian Community Church in Kitgum. And from there, one day he was teaching about going to heaven, and I felt that heavy burden in me. Since I was full of myself, I was angry with my parents, I was angry the way I was born. I never wanted to be in a poor family. I found that burden in me, and I had to give my life to Christ. Brothers and sisters, I want to tell you, since 2016, I've given my life to Christ, and things have never been the same. The result of P7 came out, and I passed very well. So Pastor Alfred Komagum saw that I'm able to go and start secondary school. He started paying half of my fees while I worked in People Garden to pay the other halves of my fees. I was able to finish my O-level very well. After passing, there was no hope for me to join any institution. It has also been my prayer since my childhood. I've been studying in Catholic institution. It has been my prayer that one day I should find a born-again institution where I can study and worship God at free will. I went for a youth conference in Kitgum organized by Pastor George Kilama, one of the alumni of this great campus. He came with the brochure of African Bible University, and I got a chance to pick one. I read about ABU. I contacted Pastor George Kilama, and he talked more about ABU, and he also prayed for me. Told me about the interview which we did from Gulu. I was praying for that interview. After doing it, I was very eager, could not sleep. After the result came out, I found I've passed very well, and I was told that I'll be joining in August. My coming here was not a mistake. It was God's plan for me, since hope was lost for me and the family members who have been eagerly praying for me and always doing things so that I can study. I am here pursuing bachelor degree in business administration, and I'm glad that I've found brethren who love and know Christ. I'm also glad that this has been a fulfilled dream, since it has been my desire to study in a born-again institution. After graduation from here, I want to use the ability and the favor that God has given me to help the vulnerable children who might want to study, yet they will not be able to pay for their fees. As I was also helped under the theme, we are blessed to be a blessing. And also be able to help my siblings who are no longer at school, since I'm the only hope left for them. I will also be able to help the needy, and more especially, I will help people to know God, that God is the only source of everything, the source of our hope, the source of our wealth, the source of our health, and focus on God alone. Thank you so much for listening.